Good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Alicia. Today I'm going to have some tips on how can you tell, is your skincare working for you? Is it not working for you? What are some signs that it is working? Some signs that it's not working. So how do you tell? And these are just ways I tell. So that's what we are going to talk about today. I will say I'm very lucky this weekend. I have an alone weekend. My daughter and husband went on a mission trip down to Mexico to build houses. And so I don't often have this opportunity, and like my brain juices get flowing. And so this idea just randomly came to me. I had a girls' night last night, which I do not do very often. So super excited for that. Anywho, let's get into how to know if something's working. And I do have some products below that I will be like kind of giving as examples. For my first one, I don't necessarily have any examples currently to show you, but my first example is how you know it's not working for you. Does your skin look worse? Now that probably looks different for every single person. For me, if my face is red and like it doesn't go away kind of a thing. There are certain things that could be a little bit red, but like if my face is super red and irritated the next day, it is 99% going away, not using it, not for me. There are some products that just also don't moisturize. So does your skin look drier? So is your skin looking worse? That is a red flag that you need to get rid of it. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad product. It's just not for you. So I often bring those to work and share them because it could work great for somebody. A second tip on how you know it's not for you, does it make you break out? And so, with the exception of a clay mask, if you haven't used one in a while, it'll bring impurities out. But if the product's not meant to draw impurities out and you start breaking out, that is not a good sign. So that's my two number one red flags. If I break out and if it turns me red, it is an instant I am just not using it again. So those are my two big red flags for it's not working. One more sort of minor flag that I do not like a product if it doesn't soak in. I want them to soak in. I do not like products that just sit on the top of my skin. One of my examples of that is a $79 moisturizer. This is by Aveda. $79. Thankfully, I didn't pay that. I got on Ipsy for like 10 or 15. But for whatever reason, this does not soak into my skin. It just sits on top. I've given this like weeks of use. It is not bad, but it is not for me. There are so many other better moisturizers for cheaper. So this is an example of one that just never soaks in. And so my skin, it's just not for me. It is probably for somebody. And I think that kind of basically wraps up the red flags of what's not working. So then let's talk about tips of how you know the skincare is right for you. Number one, your skin feels better. And I mean literally to the touch, it feels better. When I'm using the right products, my skin feels soft. I can't almost describe it, but I can just tell. Literally by touch, my skin feels better when I'm using products that are good for my skin. Your skin looks better. You look in the mirror and you can see. I can tell in the evening if I've used a good combo of products. I will wake up with not red skin. So when I look in the mirror and there's not red, I know that last night's skincare routine worked. You can almost just see the moisture. You can see when you've used a good exfoliant, you can visibly see your skin looks better. So your skin looks better. It feels better. You also in turn feel better. So those are two really good signs that your skincare is working for you. One example, which I know I've talked about a lot, is my BioClarity Clay Mask. It is one that dries super hard and crunchy. When I take this off, my skin looks and feels so much better. It is so soft. It is so smooth. Again, I can visibly see the results. My goal is always to use this once a week, but I don't always get to my goal. And this is one where if I've been bad and not used it for a long time, which I occasionally do, This will make my skin angry, but that's just because I've neglected my skin and it's got a bunch of junk to get out. I love this 100%. Also, though, with exfoliants, this is also where you have to know your skin to know what skincare to use. I have sensitive skin, and certain exfoliants with like lactic acid, glycolic acid, anything super harsh like walnut shells, I just turn red. So I have to be really careful. I cannot also over exfoliate. So if you're a sensitive skin girl, you need to find which product works for you and the frequency. So some of these products want you to, exfoliate 4 times a week. I think that's excessive. Probably, maybe if you have like regular skin, your skin doesn't care. My skin freaks out if I have too much exfoliation. So I can't, I really can't do it much more than once a week. Every now and then I'll get a cool product in a box that I will kind of throw in. But I can't do it. I would say more than 5 times a month. I can't exfoliate or my skin gets mad at me. Another product that when I use, my skin just instantly looks better. This is one where like I've seen somebody recently, like if your house burned down, what would you buy? This would be top on my list. Now my little asterisk is, I got this on Ipsy, and I do believe now if you bought it, this is like Ole Henriksen. It's different name on their website. So I feel like that means they've reformulated it. So I don't know if I love the new formula, but this is the, what did I just say? Ole Henriksen's Strength Trainer Peptide Boost Moisturizer. I love this. I also love the purple glass. I just love purple. But this is a super thick, yet not overly heavy. And if you remember back to a video where I tried, no, I can't think of the name, but that English brand that's so popular. Goodness, why can't I think of it? But anyway, the Magic Cream, Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. I hated that when I first tried it. It's like $100 and then it did nothing. But this reminds me of that in the results. I have no idea about ingredients. So I ended up, if I used a bunch of Magic Cream, my skin looked fabulous. This, I don't know, just instantly, it soaks in, yet it just leaves your skin looking so nicely moisturized. I love this. This is, like, if I had to pick only one moisturizer for the daytime, this would be my absolute pick. I'm a little leery, though, like I said. They've changed the name on their, like, thing, so I'm a little afraid. Whenever they change their name, I feel like they've changed their formula. But I definitely love this enough to give it a try. So sometimes you can instantly tell a product is for you. Like I said, your skin instantly looks better or looks better the next morning. For my skin, it's often like the next morning. But there are some times where a product doesn't instantly make your skin look better. But if you stop using it, you know a difference. So that's also one of my key tips. If you stop using it and you notice a difference, that was a good product for you. And one of those products for me was the Blue Lotus Perlise Cleanser. I didn't realize what a difference it made until I stopped using it. And I know I talk about this product so much, but I had to stop using it for a very long time. Like, it was out of stock for a while. And it's also super expensive. That's why I get it on Ipsy. One reason I keep Ipsy around is all the sales. So I stopped using this, and you could just see a difference in my skin. I love this. It has such good ingredients for calming, anti-inflammatory. Again, I have redness. So this, I think, really helps with my redness. Cleanser is another area where if I use too harsh of a cleanser, my skin is getting red, it's getting irritated. So whenever I get samples or things, I will occasionally try cleansers, but they almost never get a green light because my skin is just more sensitive and it gets red and irritated. So cleanser, exfoliant, where I have to be really careful with what I use. One product that I can't tell yet, it did not make the green light on that. I just love it out of the gate, but I won't know until I stop using it. And I'm pretty sure we're getting close to being empty. I just bought this. This is the Beekman 1802 Milk Drop Ceramide. Very expensive. Like, this is the mini, and I'm pretty sure I paid close to 40 bucks. And I've went through it fast. So, I will probably not rebuy until I wait a few weeks and see if my skin misses this. My skin, I will say it doesn't soak in super fast. It's kind of in the middle. I love the ingredients. It has not done anything bad to my skin, but this is one where the jury's out until I take a break. I won't know whether this is truly working until I take a break. So again, there are some products where if they don't instantly make like a noticeable difference, it doesn't mean they're not awesome, but you won't truly know whether it's for you until you take a break and then you're like, oh, my skin misses that. Products that soak right in. I feel like that's a good sign that it's working with your skin. Again, everybody has different skin, so what soaks in for me might not soak in for you. But one of the ones that I just love is the Good Molecules Super Peptide Serum. I believe this is around $12. I highly recommend. When I first got this, I wasn't using it right. I was using it like second or third or fourth step, and it wasn't doing anything. This is my very first step after I shower. It soaks right in, and my skin loves it. Peptides are great for like they're not going to get rid of like wrinkles and things, but like for kind of maintaining the health of your skin. Glass bottle. I have been really happy with the Good Molecule I've tried, but this is one product soaks right in. So I want something to soak in. I do not want it to sit and be gunky on top of my skin. And then one of my other ones that has only happened like really like not very often, but when other people notice. So, if you've been around for a while, my skincare journey really didn't take off until I was like 39 or 40. I was late to the game, but it's all thanks to YouTube. I've learned so much with YouTube over the years. And I went home one Christmas. I had gained weight. So one of my cousin's wives was like, oh, you look really great. And at the time, in the moment, I was like, what? I mean, I probably gained 20 pounds, like truly, like I was like, I didn't really feel like there was anything worthy of her telling me I look good. And then I realized that was like a few months after I had really started my skincare routine. And your skin is almost glowing when you have a good skincare routine. So when people notice, that's a sign that whatever you're doing is working. Another product that for me causes redness is sunscreen. So I have to use, like, I would say, my face is picky when it comes to sunscreen. Two that I love are Paula's Choice. My skin looks better after I've used these. So that's back up to like, at least on paper, it was like tip number 4. I don't know if it was number 4 on my video, but like your skin looks better. And so I have the Paula's Choice Youth Hydrating Fluid, 50 SPF, very liquidy, but my skin looks so much better. And then the Super Light Wrinkle Defense SPF 30. I don't know if I will repurchase. This is probably my 4th or 5th bottle. I do like it. My skin looks better, but it has a tint that doesn't really stay around, but it's on your hand. It's there when you wash it off, and the tint irritates me. Not irritate my skin, but it annoys me that, like, if I wipe my hand on toilet paper, it would be brown, like, when I take it off. Anyway, but both of these make my skin look so much better. They are, I think, about $36 each. So I bought these at the Paula's Choice always have like a 20% off Black Friday. So I kind of hit them when it's that time. This is one I just got in a box and I think was rated at like $60, which I've never heard of this. So I think it's just kind of baloney. So this was a sunscreen that applies like a very typical sunscreen. It's a white cast. It makes my face red. This has been, I will probably use this at the beach on my arms, but it does not fit face quality. One that everybody raves about is the Beauty of Johnson or Johnson or whatever. It is not bad. It is not like in the bad category, but my face doesn't look better when I use it. And it is cheap. So it's $10 or $12, whatever. again, not bad. I would more use this in the summer when I'm just putzing about and not going anywhere. But I really, really want my products to make my skin look better. And like I said, Paula's Choice absolutely does that. One area, this is kind of not like, this is, my last three are more just general like skincare tips. Price doesn't necessarily mean anything. So we just talked about the $79 Aveda. I absolutely, good ingredients, not for me, my face did not like it. It's super thick. It has been downgraded to a foot cream and a neck cream. I will probably keep it on my neck. I just went out of my foot cream. I have to go today and buy foot cream. Just because it's $79 does not mean it's for you. Same with the Magic Cream. I ended up liking it, but it's not worth $100. This is only $50 and it works just as well. So price does not mean anything. Also, I absolutely love this stuff. Burt's Bee Calming Lotion. For me, it's cheaper at Ulta than it is at Target by like $2. I think it was like 12 or 13 at Target. This was $9.99 at Ulta. I love this. This is one where, I didn't realize until I like took a break and came back. I mean, I realized it right away. My skin is generally not as red, but like, I feel like sometimes the effect wears off or you don't notice. So when I didn't repurchase and then I purchased it again, I could tell I love this. This definitely helps the redness, calms my skin. This is $12. So price does not always matter. Just because it's a cheaper price doesn't mean it's a crappy product. Just because it's an expensive product doesn't mean it's awesome. Again, keep in mind, everybody's skin's different. So what works for you may not work for me and vice versa. Also, which I know this seems weird, but ingredients aren't necessarily the whole story. So this one has great ingredients. It's not so good for my face. I just bought this. Sadly, this was a waste of money. Both of them. I spent $40 on two of these things. The one already went to work. This one I think will end up going to work. This is Tur. I don't know. I've never heard of it. It's a Korean skincare brand. I have since, I guess it was on TikTok. Honestly, I'm not on TikTok, so I don't know. But this is a milk toner. It has great ingredients. $25. It's not terrible, but it's not awesome. I much prefer this. And my skin, I wouldn't say it looks worse. I would say it's like, if there was like a worse and a better, it's kind of towards the worst, but not like overly. So for whatever reason, this just does not work on my face. So just because it has good ingredients doesn't necessarily mean it's awesome. And I didn't bring it out, but I have a $16 Sephora brand night cream. On paper, there are like very few ingredients I recognize. My skin loves it. So that's an example of a $16 thick night cream. There's really not any like names that stick out to me, but my skin loves it. My skin's moisturized in the morning. It feels better. It looks better. So there's a weird thing of like, you know, just because it has the good ingredients that you like doesn't mean things. I think certain brands, like the way they make it, the other ingredients that are in there affect it. And then my last thing is, even if I use these two things or whatever, like my top 5 things, I only purchase them. I use them every single day religiously. Sometimes your skin needs a change up. Like I think your hair, your skin, you could use the same things all the time. I feel like your face gets into a plateau. It kind of like gets used to it. So I do think it is good to change things up a bit. And have a rotation, because I feel like you can have a stalemate where like this one, I had thought it stopped working. I might have just not noticed that it was working, but then I picked it back up again and I love it. So I think sometimes you need to like take a break from things. But anyway, I had a couple products here that I didn't mention. This is one where I think I need to repurchase. It'll probably be on my list today. I think it's expired. Neutrogena Retinol. So retinol is an ingredient that I can only take, like I've tried many retinols from Ipsy. If they're too strong, my face goes red. Neutrogena Retinol does not make my face red. I only use it about once a week. I should probably use it twice a week. It is a super, super thick cream. My face looks better the next day when I use this. That is kind of stopped. I don't use it fast enough. So I'm pretty sure this is now past the point of like potency. So I need to repurchase. This used to be 20 bucks. I think it's inching towards the 30 buck range. But if you're a sensitive skin and want somewhere to start with retinol, totally recommend this one. Back to cleanser. So this is my absolute favorite makeup remover. This is La Octane. We do have one in the mall. I would wager the Midwest, unless you're in a big city, you are not going to have this at a mall. This is pricey. I'm thinking close to 40 bucks, maybe. I think 40 bucks. It lasts me a long time because I don't wear that much makeup all the time. But this does not strip my skin. A lot of makeup removers strip my skin. This is milk to oil, truly. It goes on as an oil. All right, we had just timed out in the middle of this. So it's truly milk to oil. It goes on oil. The minute water hits it, it is the oil is gone. It removes makeup great. It leaves my skin moisturized. I have had some milk to oils who still leave oil. Some oil cleansers that leave oil. Some that strip. So this is one where it's like the Goldilocks, Holy Grail, moisturizes, cleans, doesn't strip, like all the things. This is randomly a product that always makes my skin look better. Sadly, I'm not sure I can rebuy it, and I think it's a British brand. TheraBox kind of gives you some weird things. And this is like Nourish Mantra. And this like has vitamin C, which also kind of like my skin is really picky on. It's like an oil serum-ish thing, but my skin almost always looks better with it. Anyway, those were my tips. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.